Hello and welcome to Albin Acres. I guess it's time for another garden tour. It's the middle of April, I think April 4th, 13th, totally got that, nailed it. And it's been a few weeks since we've done a garden update, so now's as good as time as any. And we're gonna go ahead and shake things up and do this one in reverse. So instead of starting with the potatoes, we're gonna start right here with the tomatoes. As you can see, we started getting multiple levels on the Florida weave system here, and we are having tons and tons of flowers all over the plant. And we are excited to report that despite our best efforts to mess this up, we are actually getting no fooling Roma tomatoes already coming through. And it is only the middle of April, so we still got
have bigger ones on that side.
Month or so until we really start getting them. Now, one thing we did do that we didn't put on camera is we trimmed all the way down from the bottom of the soil here, at least up to this second wire, just to keep the leaves away from the dirt. Because if the leaves get close to the dirt, the rain will splash down and get on it, and it causes disease, or so I'm told. So we trimmed them up and got them nice and tight looking. Got our marigolds kind of poking through there, hopefully playing good bug defense for us. Yeah, I almost forgot about it, but we kind of planted this sunflower on the ends here. And I came out here one day and I thought it was a weed at first, but they shot up almost seemingly overnight. So we're excited to see those actually do something.
This is one of our biggest ones here.
Yeah. Look at that.
Looks like
it's coming. But yeah, our first tomato that we saw was right over here. And you can see we got quite a big of a bunch of tomatoes right in here. So we're excited. We can't wait for more marinara sauce and other things that we're going to make. We're just going to swing around and look at this bed. This is the one that we did with the cages. You can see that we took the cages and mashed them all together instead of doing the Florida weave. And these plants are doing okay. I mentioned in our last video about the feeding the garden that one thing that we didn't do to this garden was put the chicken manure compost. So we did actually take a load and try to put it in here. Hopefully these plants will catch up, because to be honest, I don't know if the video kind of shows it, these are kind of scrawny looking compared to these over here, and then those in the back are doing much better. So the only thing I can think of, they got the same water, the same everything. The only thing they didn't get was the chicken compost. So moving down, these plants are flowering, no problem. Like I said, they are a little bit skinnier, but I don't think that's any issues that other than possibly the compost. Now these over here, the cucumbers, they're starting to take off and starting to reach out for the trellis. I always like how the little tendrils just kind of grab on as they climb up. Got a melon here.
But again, on this side, we have cucumbers and melons on this side, and they're not doing as well as the ones on the other side. So again, that's why we really think that it's our compost, that we didn't amend the bed with chicken compost, and we think that that's played a major part in the development of these plants.
Yeah, the cucumbers over here, you can see they're almost a good foot or two up the trellis already, and they're reaching out with their little climbers, and they're already starting to produce early flower buds. I think I saw some in here. Don't make a liar out of me. Oh yeah, there's some right in there. But they're going to be shooting flowers out anytime now, and can't wait to start getting some peppers.
But this one's a melon plant.
Yeah, we do have the melon plant, just barely reaching out.
So I was trying to reposition it the other day, and I touched it and that whole top fell off. I think the plant's doing fine. It doesn't seem stressed or anything, but I did lose the whole top of that plant.
Yeah, it is
the other day.
It is unfortunate. We did trim these tomato plants, but it's looking like it's a little jungle in there. I mean, you can see that it is a little bit more open underneath, but we have other major branches kind of just almost interfering with the cucumbers. So we're trying to make a decision on whether or not we're going to get rid of this guy, even though there's some tomatoes on him. I think it'll be healthier and better for the other plants if we get rid of them.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. If that's something we should do. Do we just leave it and see what happens? We're not exactly sure.
Yeah. Even though we're the professionals, quote, quote, on YouTube, we still feel like we're not the professionals sometimes.
No.
So swinging over here, if you remember Marie, when she planted her radishes, we thinned them out last time. And after we did that, their growth just absolutely took off. And we've never grown radishes before, so we're not quite sure when they're ready, but they do look like they're starting to bulb down there.
Well, I thinned them out a second time too. So I thinned them out on video the last time, or the first time. And then last time, I want to say, I think it was last weekend, I came through and most of them were looking like this. Like they were just really puny and weak. And this one's still looking really puny and weak. But you can see over here, a lot of these have gotten a lot stronger, and definitely down here where they're thinned even more so further apart. So don't do like Marie. Don't just drop a bunch of radish seeds down. Try and plant them the correct spacing, and it seems like they'll do so much better.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like I said, we're just trying to figure this out. You know, we're planting a couple crops that we've never planted before, and others that we had success with, we're doing again. For example, last year was the first time we did potatoes, and we never watered them, or at least, I'm sorry, I never watered them, but maybe a couple times because we didn't have them on the drip system. But this year we have them on the drip, and they are just taking over. This is a new variety. Last year we did a gold potato. These are Red Pontiacs, and we did see some flowers all over, and they just started disappearing.
There's a stem right there.
Yeah, see the flowers. It's like they flower, and then all of a sudden the flowers go away, and I think something's coming by and eating them, or something. I don't know. It looks like it.
Something's going on.
So I think I accidentally broke that branch.
Oh.
So that was me. But yeah, we still got about another month or so until those die back, and hopefully we'll get a whole mess of potatoes. All right, moving on over to the blueberry rescue project. We just picked off camera a bunch of leaves from the stems here. We still got some dead leaves there, but look at that. We have actual growth.
Yeah, all this is too.
Rescued plants. So we're hoping that these are gonna take root, and maybe not this year, but we will get some blueberries before too long. Now, moving up to the grapes, we're noticing that
look over there, look at all
we have obviously the flowers, and the branches are just going absolutely nuts, and we're trying to train them. But check this out, guys. We got the first actual no fooling grapes starting to grow out here. Now these are a little low. The chickens might be able to peck at these if we. I
don't think they can because of the fence on the other side. Oh yeah,
that's right. We have the fence on the other side. Suckers! No grapes for you.
These over here they'll be able to get to though.
Yeah, these are the low ones over here for the chickens. They just eat them before they ever get a chance to grow. But I think we're going to end up with quite a few grapes this year, hopefully. We might trim back the bush a little bit so that the fruit gets more attention, but we don't want to go crazy.
If you look down here, we did have, that's blueberry, never mind. We did have this grape plant too, and when we trimmed this one, we obviously did it wrong because it died. Now, this was our plant that we had last year. I think
it was dead before we trimmed it.
It could have been. We did have this plant that we actually got harvest off of last year, and that's the one that you can see growing all across all of the branches, or all of the fence, I'm sorry. But this year we did pick up a new grape plant. We obviously probably will not get anything off of this plant, but it is doing fabulous for being year one that we've had it. There's lots of growth on it. It is still fairly little, but it's doing pretty good. Yeah. So
it's making it.
Hopefully next year we'll be able to get some grapes off of that one. And I think this is our other blueberry that died that we just haven't cleaned these plants up yet.
Yes, lots of garden cleanup maintenance. You know, the guy with the weed eater has to come through and take care of all this stuff on the floor because it's looking pretty overgrown.
It's the only thing we have that's green though, because we haven't gotten any rain.
I know. We honestly, we were just joking about it before we turned the camera on. We are sitting here in the middle of April, and in all of March, and so far this year, I think we've gotten about 0.6 inches of measurable rain across 2 months. See, look, here's a chicken trying to steal the grapes. They're Oh, she's trying to get it. Good luck. Good luck. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue our tour. We're going to go ahead, I guess, in the traditional
Did you show
order.
them these?
What am I showing them?
These plants?
Oh, the other tomatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys remember from our cold snap, when we lost some plants, we lost, I'm pretty sure, these 3 right here. And if you look, it's actually kind of funny. They have now grown taller than the plants around them, and they're just towering above and looking much bigger than their neighbors. So,
which it's funny too, because this bed actually has the most vegetation in it, and meaning we have cucumbers and radishes and melons and marigolds and tomatoes, and whereas that bed over there just has tomatoes, a marigold and a sunflower, but those are not as good as this, and neither one of them, or that one over there is nowhere near these 2 either. So I'm wondering if maybe that one's getting more shade during the day because of the house and the porch, and this one's full sun or whatnot. But this one is definitely our better tomato bed.
Yeah. The beds off in the far here, they do get more shade because of the porch in the late afternoon. That is definitely for sure. So anyway, we're losing daylight pretty rapidly, so let's go ahead and keep moving along. We got our pumpkins here that are starting to take off with true leaves and possible flowers already starting down there. So this is our first attempt at growing pumpkins. We'll see how that goes. We'll keep you updated. Got a couple more sunflowers here that are trying to tower above. We ended up thinning out our squash plants, and when we did, they started taking off pretty quickly. I think we kept 3.
Yeah.
And they are definitely planted too close, but they're
and
just
we know that.
Yeah, and we know that. We're just a little limited on space, but we want to get some squash that we're kind of proud of. So
the thing is we've never been able to grow squash before.
Yeah.
So we're trying to see if we can even just do it, period. And it seems like this year it's going to work for us.
Yep, we're excited about that. Anyway, we got the green beans that are starting to come up. We're having some discoloration on the leaves. We think it might be because these buckets here, when they water, especially when we set the fertilizer in, they drip out on the thing and it drips onto these leaves. So we think this might be being burned by fertilizer. So we might have to either think of a more clever solution, possibly a rail or a gutter system, hopefully to keep them from dripping, or just find something else to put here.
Yeah, because if you see the ones on the back, those look real good and they don't have that coloration. It's really just from the point of dripping and right here, which is where they would drip and splash.
Right. And they are starting to produce beans, and according to our calendar, that'll be coming up shortly. So hopefully we'll start getting harvest off that. All right, we'll go ahead and just spring up here and do a run by the peppers. The jalapenos are starting to come in real nice. I mean, that's probably about 1.5 inches long, a little small for harvesting, but great for looking at. Lots of plants doing great. Look how many blooms are on this one plant here. I mean, just this one here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish, 13 just on the one plant. So we're excited to see how many peppers that one's going to go. Got bell peppers already cracking off here. Always a good time when you get bell peppers because sometimes they are annoying to grow, but this plant has plenty of blooms on it. Hopefully they all produce good sized peppers for us. Moving on here, we actually got a bell pepper of decent size, all ready to length, and this should be fattening out for us. Moving on down to the Jimmy Nardellos. Now, we've never grown these before. We kind of planted them as a joke because we watch More Than Farmers online, and he always says that this is the best pepper, and he's always out here eating them. So we tried it.
It wasn't a joke. It was, he talks about how great they are all the time. And so we're like, obviously they're really good. So let's try growing them.
Yeah.
So we're growing them this year.
So right there's my first one I'm going to eat. So can't wait. We'll keep you updated on that. So we got another set of Jimmy Nardellos here. We got these habaneros that are just absolutely leafing out crazy. Might actually trim some bottom foliage off these to give more life to the top, which they are starting to produce blossoms. But spicy peppers do tend to grow a little slower. So, all right, and just keep moving down. We got some more jalapenos and more bell peppers. We'll go ahead and drop down and show you the peppers real quick on the bottom.
we got
they
more
are catching up.
Jalapenos, bells, and habaneros down here as well.
Now, one thing that we were not planning for, but we're hoping is not going to be an issue, is that these are starting to get a little tall. So hopefully they don't hit the the shelf above them. So if they do, then we'll plan for something else next year. And if not, then awesome. It worked out just great. I'm going to swing through here, show you the basil. Probably could use a good harvesting to start letting it branch off. The dill is perfectly going nuts and starting to shade out everything, and we'll show you that in the green stock too. It's a little unwieldy. The thyme is looking pretty. We got the first year thyme here, and then last year's just with the flowers. It's looking great. And then, oh man, I just touched that and it smells awesome. The raspberries are looking gorgeous and already starting to show signs of flowering, so we may actually get some raspberries this year, so that'll be a first for us.
So these are raspberries that we got from Berlin, I think.
One of those.
I'm not sure. One of those two. We bought these as bare root plants, and I've wanted to have a raspberry patch to make jams and all sorts of things with, and so we did not think we were going to get anything this year. But it's looking like with them flowering, it looks like we're going to get I mean, it might not be much of a harvest, but it looks like we'll get a little bit of a harvest. And my son loves to eat fresh raspberries too, so him coming out and getting some would be a perfect afternoon snack.
Yep, and they are looking good. Now, I know what you guys were all waiting for is to check out this green stock, and the strawberries have just started to take over here, leafing out wonderfully. And this week they kept throwing off all these straws and extra plants, so we've tried to take some and replant them into the neighboring cups. Yeah, here's one that we actually came from over here, and it's actually already starting to take root. So we're gonna try and get some more cups or some other solutions to try and save some of these plants, because you know, anytime a plant likes to give you free plants, that's a great day.
Yeah, I guess like we have this one right here that doesn't have a place to go, this one down here.
Yeah,
this one over here, this one up here. Yeah. We have so many baby plants wanting to grow that we just have no place for them.
Yeah, they're just hanging out. So the thyme is looking great, kind of cascading down the thing here. Oh, we got some rosemary doing good.
Yeah.
I must have passed right over the rosemary.
Yeah, it's right here hiding underneath the dill.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Yep, there.
We got to harvest some dill.
Yeah, there's my pride and joy right there. Rosemary, can't wait. Had a hard time getting that seeded, but yeah, these are just looking good. And then look at this dill. It's just, you know,
massive.
Yeah, taking over. We're going to probably cut that back before our next video, so you guys don't have to watch us do that. But yeah, we're pretty excited with all the progress so far. We, like I said, we're not professionals by any stretch of the imagination, and but we're out here doing it. This little tiny corner of our backyard is going to produce us plenty of food, and we'll take you along when it comes time to do all the canning. So if you're
the harvesting,
and the harvesting, I know that's your favorite.
That's my favorite part.
That's your favorite. I like doing the seeding and the planting and the building. She likes doing the watering and the harvesting. So we make a good team.
Yep.
We really do. But yeah, guys, we're just sitting here gardening in our backyard and having fun with it. So if you like what you see and want to see more of it, do make sure that you're subscribed to our channel. That really helps us out.
And if you have any tips or tricks or anything that you think we've missed or that could be helpful to us, let us know that too. We appreciate advice because, again, we are still very new at this.
Yeah, we always don't be afraid to leave a comment and just let us know if you have any questions about what we're doing or about what you're doing. And if you have words of encouragement, we love to read those. That's so encouraging to hear what you guys are doing in your gardens. And if nothing else, if you like what we're doing here, do show us by smacking that thumbs up button. And, you know, that really helps us out too. And hold on, before we sign off, check this out. There's a chicken trying to eat the potato. Oh, yeah, that's right. You just run away. All right, and that's going to do it for us. We're going to go ahead and sign off. So we appreciate you watching. Have a great evening from Albin Acres.
Bye.
Bye.